Hi guys, I thought we might read Song of Solomon because Solomon was all about love. So let's feast on this a little bit. Um, Solomon 4 is about God and the bridegroom and the bride. Solomon's 4 says, "Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bear twins, and none is barren among them. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a pierce of a pomegranate within thy locks. Thy neck is like the tower of David, built for an armory, whereof three hang 1,000 bucklers, all shield of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. Until the day break and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Shinar and Hermon, from the lion's den, from the mountains of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse. How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ornaments than all spices. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb, honey, and milk are under thy tongue. And the smell of thy garment is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a mountain sealed. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruit. Camphor with spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all the chief spices, a fountain of garden, a well of living waters, and streams from Lebanon. Awake, O north wind, and come thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. I am coming to my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh and my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. This is 5. I have drank my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink, ye drink abundantly, O beloved. Now this is the Lord, the bridegroom to the bride. You know, the church is the bride of Christ, and he loves the church. So he's just talking about how wonderful and how beautiful the scent and the smell is of his bride, and you know how beautiful she is, and comparing her to the beauty of a woman. You know, he compares the bridemaid the bridegroom compares the bridesmaid to just a beautiful human being. Just everything smells beautiful, it's lavish, and the looks of her eyelashes are special like dove's eyes. And this is the Song of Solomon, and it is really beautiful. It says here in 5, it says, I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, Open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled. For my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat. How shall I put it on? I have washed my feet. How shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved for him. I rose up to open, my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. Now, this is talking about Solomon. Solomon wrote these songs because he was so in love, and he was going in to, after he's married, he's going in with his bride, but also the relationship between the Lord and his church, how the Holy Spirit encapsulate and wraps up a person's heart and make the person so happy and joyous. And it's a clean thing. It's not about a relationship like that. You know, it's a good, wholesome relationship that God has with the church and the people in the church, and the love, the heart of God is in the heart of the person. And that's basically what it's about. It's a covenantal relationship that they are working in unison together. And so the same thing with a bride and her husband, you know, the husband and the bride, they work in unison together, the man and the wife. And so the church and God is compared to a man and a wife relationship. It's a comparative. So the Song of Solomon here is just explaining the love and the wonderfulness that the Lord expects out of the bridesmaid. You know, I've waited for her. I've longed for her. You know, how a person waiting to get married and they talk about it all. Oh, I can't wait. It's such an exciting time. And so this is how God feels about the church, that he's excited and he's happy that he can go and be a part, and you all can come in and take a part of his love. So this is what the Song of Solomon 4. So take a look at the Song of Solomon 4 and read it. This is 5 right here. My beloved, let me go down to 5 and 5. I rose up to open, my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. I opened to my beloved. My beloved has withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul fainted when he spake. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me. They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the wells took away my veil from me. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, if ye find my beloved, that ye tell him that I am sick of love. Okay, so there's something else going on here. I'm not going to explain it. Read Solomon 1 through 7, 1 through 8. And it fills your heart with love. But Solomon 4 is talking about the bridegroom and the bridesmaid, which is the church. But all of it is so wonderful when you think about the relationship of a man and a woman, and how the man wants to be with his bride, and he's waited to marry her, waited and waited. And so this is what's happening with God when he's going to come back. He's going to take the church, those who are true and waiting to be with God, who long to have a relationship, who are in a relationship, you know, who wants to see this. I want to see the one who created heaven and earth, you know. So this is what this is about. Read Solomon, Song of Solomon 4, chapter 4. Bye-bye.